Hello, hello, hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to
Vaughn Radio.
This is Vaughn Radio, and it's time for the show with no name. Ready for liftoff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We got this, folks.
0.
Hold on to your hats.
Ignition.
It's going to be a bumpy exit.
Liftoff. Liftoff.
Come on.
3 minutes after the hour.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get up there.
ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt.
Yes.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yes,
Hold
yes,
on
yes.
to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no name.
Time on Vaughn Radio.
It's a show with no name. Let's go. Welcome, amigos. Welcome, one. Welcome, all, to another exciting edition of, I was going to say FYI. No. Show with no name. Same but different. Same teacher. Same style. I just stay a little more focused when I do FYI. Bueno, tampoco. You'll end up hearing music and singing on FYI, a little humor, a little fun. I mean, if not, what the hell are we doing here, guys? You know? We could, sweat and make it a chore, or we can make it the most exciting English class of our lives. I know which one I've opted for. To opt for is to choose. Optar por. Hey, see, we aren't as different as you think, amigos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's both a pleasure and an honor to have you here with us on the show. My show with no namers, my FYIers. You know what you are? You guys are, dare I say, the shit. Y fin. Oh,
Alberto.
the end. Oh, man, that story.
Lo hemos conseguido, hemos terminado nuestro tercer libro.
But wait a second. It just dawned on me. Me acabo de dar cuenta. We don't have a title.
¿Cómo llamamos al libro? ¿Cómo lo llamamos? This Book is the Milk 3?
No, that's too generic. This book is the Requete Milk.
No, es que ya hemos hecho The Remilk, no
I
sé.
think we've milked that idea. Hemos exprimido esa
Sí,
idea.
la hemos ordeñado demasiado, la verdad.
I've got one. This book is the shit.
Pero, hombre, This Book is the shit, ¿pero qué va a pensar la gente? ¿Que el libro es una mierda?
No, lo contrario. Significa, de verdad, este libro es la leche.
¡Ah! ¿En serio? This Book is the shit es algo bueno.
Sí, hombre, no nos confundamos aquí. This book is shit es lo peor. This book is the shit. No hay nada mejor.
Así se aprende inglés con This Book is the shit. Por Alberto Alonso
Y Damián Moya. That's right, folks. If you haven't picked up a copy yet, you're gonna want to pick up a copy because everybody who's anybody knows that this book has a certain je ne sais quoi.
Oh la la, pardon my French. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, man. I don't get offended easily. Don't worry.
Bueno, ya sabes que pardon my French es una manera de decir perdona que he dicho un taco, ¿vale?
Yep.
Así que vamos a ver palabras francesas
¿cómo las decís vosotros? Porque tenéis un montón de palabras que han entrado desde Francia.
Sí, sí, en el primer libro tenemos un capítulo entero con palabras francesas.
Y no se pronuncian como en francés. Hacen una versión inglesa de cómo ellos la oyen en francés. Es muy curioso. Por ejemplo, nosotros decimos ballet, los franceses dicen ballet.
Es que si dices eso en Estados Unidos te tiran piedras.
Sí, ¿no?
¿Okay?
Vosotros, ¿cómo lo decís?
Ballet. Es como
Ballet.
ABC. Ballet.
Ballet. Vale, ok.
Que no lo confundamos con valet. So, ballet es donde bailan. Valet es donde dejas el coche.
Vale.
Con
Sí,
V.
ballet parking, claro.
Ballet.
Ballet, también viene de allí. Vale, la vanguardia dicen en francés avant-garde.
Bueno, también es parecido. Avant-garde.
Avant-garde. Sí, es lo mismo, pero con un choque.
Pero a lo NASCAR.
Sí. Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, man.
Vale, ok. Supongo que cabaret va a pasar lo mismo que antes.
Bueno, hemos visto todos el musical, entonces we know it's cabaret. But
Cabaret.
si haces eso, como te digo, ellos creen que les vas a escupir y se alejan. So, cabaret.
Cabaret. Es lo
Si
mismo
sabes
que
decir
ballet.
ABC, A, B, C, cabaret.
Cabaret. No digas cabaret, que es la versión francesa, sino cabaret. Vale. Algo cuando es chic, los franceses dicen algo es très chic.
We say chic.
Chic
Lo
también.
decimos como
a la
SH,
francesa.
no decimos chic.
Vale, perfecto.
Decimos chic.
Muy bien. Connoisseur. Esto que...
Nos
yo no
comemos
conozco.
una sílaba, creo. Connoisseur.
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 Parece dinosaurio. Connoisseur.
I'm a connoissaurus rex.
Vale. Pues
Give me
en
wine.
En francés sería connoisseur. Con OI, UA en francés. Vale, entonces, connoisseur es conocer.
Connoisseur.
Conocer. Vale, muy bien. Y una parecida, dossier.
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 Otra vez es ese A. Ese.
Ah.
Todo lo que es francés es A para nosotros.
Pero metéis un poco menos de I en esta, ¿no? A ver.
Dossier.
Dossier. Pero no llegas a decir dossier.
Dossier. Yeah.
Dossier. Vale, ok.
La R es como mudilla ahí. ¿eh?
Vale, un paso en falso que se dice a faux pas.
A faux pas.
A faux pas.
Man, you can't wear those pants. That's a faux pas.
Me recuerda a Pulp Fiction. That's not a cheeseburger, mate. That's le cheeseburger.
Le cheeseburger.
Vale, risqué. ¿Eso qué quiere decir risqué? ¿Un riesgo?
No, porque eso es risky.
Risky, claro.
Risqué es subido de tono. That performance, that cabaret was risqué.
Pues risqué, subido de tono. Vale, risqué. No es risqué, es risqué.
Risqué.
Risqué. Vale, una cita que es un rendezvous.
A rendezvous. We'll meet you at the rendezvous, en el sitio de encuentro.
Pues eso, tú ya lo ves, es el francés, pero pronunciado con un toque americano.
Claro, como hacéis vosotros en español, ballet.
Claro, vale, cada uno a su rollo. Vale, la liaison, esto que juntas dos palabras y como que se pegan y hacen una aliación.
Y también decimos liaison.
Liaison.
Es alguien con quien te vas a juntar para trabajar en un proyecto. Your liaison in the company is this person. Vas a tratar
vale, como una asociación,
tu
digamos.
contacto,
Vale, en francés, liaison, ¿y vosotros?
Liaison.
Liaison. Ok, vale. En francés el masaje se dice massage.
Igual, massage.
En vez de j, un poquito más sh, y ya está.
Massage.
Vale. Le homage, ¿qué es en...?
Hacer tributo. So we pay
claro.
homage.
Homage, claro, homenaje.
Homage, que me suena a queso, fromage. To pay homage, but you can say to pay tribute.
To pay tribute o to pay homage. Vale, ¿no pronunciáis la H en este caso?
Homage, no.
Homage, vale, muy bien. Y esto cuando dices, es que esta persona tiene un, yo que sé,
sí, algo especial, una chispa, algo que no sabes identificar, they have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi, y lo decís muy francés,
je ne sais quoi. You have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Vale, y cuando tienes un déjà vu, ¿qué dices?
Déjà vu, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Déjà vu, ménage-toi, bueno, eso no pasa siempre.
Vale, entonces la diferencia es que vosotros decís déjà vu como nuestra U. Los franceses dicen déjà vu, que es muy difícil de decir esa.
Como ves, hemos un poco americanizado el francés, pero usamos muchas palabras más en inglés que son francesas.
Totalmente, y es más fácil decirlo en inglés que en francés.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, amigos. That's right. So check it out. This book is the shit. It is chock full of amazing vocabulary, expressions, and it's all fun. Because if we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong. All right, well, let's rock and roll with today's Say What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
Say what? Say huh? What? Oh, no way. You gotta be kidding me. Are you out of your mind? Get out of town. You don't say. Todos son formas de decir, no me digas. Shut up. Calla. You say the same, shut up. Get out of here. Are you serious? A ver, el tono no cambia, si os dais cuenta. In each one of those, we're using different words, but the tone is the same. I cannot stress, not just as a teacher, but as an actor, how important your tone is. So I want to hear those tones, my amigos. And this is a section where you can listen to the person's voice and you can imitate them, or at least try, since we hear a wide range of different accents here on the Say What soundbite. All right, well, today, I think this one should be pretty easy. But you know what? I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm just going to play it for you, and we'll see what you guys heard. Remember, you have 4 chances to write this down. And initially, I just want you to tell me what you heard in your best English possible. All right, here we go, amigos. The Say What soundbite for the first time.
It was my friend Jerry Garcia. You know, we went back and forth with, because we used to do what we call therapeutic kind of taking like an inner bath, inner shower,
inner bath. I like that.
And peeling layers of illusions. You know, because humans pick up all kinds of like personas that are not really you.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Say What soundbite for the first time, and you'll hear it another 3 times in today's show, my amigos. And as always, we've got so much to do on the show, so let's get rocking and rolling with today's robotic voice spelling bee. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
That's right, amigos. It's our spelling bee only on the show with no name. And here's probably one of the trickiest sections on our show, but you guys always rise to the challenge. In fact, let's give everybody, all our show with no namers, all our FYIers, a nice round of applause for your consistency, for your hard work, for your drive, vuestra motivación, and for bringing the magic day in, day out. Folks, this is the toughest part of the show. So everybody buckle up, or the word we looked at the other day, brace yourself, because this is round 1. These are people's names, so they will be capitalized. And I'm going to give you 6 names, and I want to know what the 6 names are. And I'd also like to know what they have in common, if you can figure it out. If not, we'll take a look at it afterwards. Is everybody ready? All right, this round is exclusively for super spellers. Is everybody ready? Good. Let me get ready. Let me clear my throat, get ready. I've got to prepare for this as well. Here we go. The first one is ROBERT space SHAPIRO. The second one is JOHNNIE space COCHRAN. The third one is F period space LEE space BAILEY. The fourth one is ALAN space DERSHOWITZ. The next one, ROBERT space KARSHIAN
DASHIAN. And the last one is JUDGE space ITO. I'm trying to give you guys a little clue there. Don't worry. Nobody was knocking on your door. Did some of you get up to answer the door? What about now? Well, phones haven't sounded like that in a long time. But it happens to me sometimes. I'm listening to a podcast, even of my own, and I put a sound effect in, and I'm like, wait, where is that? Where's that train? Yeah, well, hey, that's the idea. It should confuse you and take you, at least mentally, to that place. And let's see if you guys can figure out where we're going today. Here, I'll give you that clue again, that audio clue. Does anybody know what that sound is? Anybody? That is the sound of a gavel. The judge using his or her gavel, okay? And that's what they do when they want to have order in the court, order in the court, or I plead the fifth, right? A lot of great vocabulary we can learn. There's a chapter in my book, English Everywhere, my first book. There's a chapter on law, sobre la ley, legalidad, things like that. And you know what? I always say it, but it could be one of the most important chapters you'll ever read in your life, because knowing how to defend yourself, especially in something, in a case like this, I mean, obviously you have lawyers, but man, as I always say, it's the vocabulary you wish you never have to use. Thankfully, I'm not a convicted criminal. I've never done any time. To do time es ir a la cárcel. I've never even been arrested. Knock on wood. Hablando de knock. Okay. Order in the court. Your Highness, Your Majesty. The judge. Remember, it's also a verb to judge is juzgar, so it makes sense. The judge judges. And it reminds me of an idiomatic expression. Don't judge a book by its cover. Y eso yo creo en español sería no juzgues por apariencias. All right, let's see if anybody got it here on round one. All right, whoa. Excellent job. I see a few people have figured it out, and that is great. Nice job, amigos. If you got it on the first go, you are definitely in the stratosphere. You are in the stratosphere. All right, well, I'm going to go through this a second time, but I think a lot of you are starting to figure out that this has something to do with a case or a trial, right? If somebody's on trial, están en juicio. So maybe lawyers, attorneys, que al final es la misma palabra. Yo creo que los ingleses dicen la palabra barrister. But as I said, this is vocabulary you should know, right? In the United States, to plead the fifth. To plead the fifth is me encojo a la quinta enmienda, which I'm not going to say a word. I can be silent. I don't have to say a word. I plead the fifth. Then you've got the Miranda laws. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be held against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot provide one, the state will provide one for you. Or something like that. And I told you, I've never been arrested, but I've seen many movies. All right, let's do round two. But you know what? I'm missing something. Maybe it's vitamin B. B for beat. Oh, there it is. Yeah, now I got it. There's a little vitamin B for you, amigos. Vitamin beat. Ritmo. Boom, bop, boom, bap, boom, bap, boom, bap. All right, let me lower it. Lo bajo un poco. Because really, you want to hear my voice here. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Round two of today's spelling bee. The first person is R-O-B-E-R-T space S-H-A-P-I-R-O. I'm going to rhyme it to the beat a little bit, okay? Hey, te lo estoy haciendo lo más fácil posible. Number two. JOHNNIE space COCHRAN. That's number 2. Number 3, F period, or if you're British, full stop, space LEE space BAILEY. Oh my God, it's even rhyming. This is incredible. Number 4, ALAN space DERSHOWITZ. And the 5th one is ROBERT space KARDASHIAN. And the 6th one. Now the 6th one. Where's the 6th one? Here we go. It's JUDGE space ITO. I can't make it more rhythmic than that, folks. Did you like that one? That was fun. It adds another element to our spelling bee, and it helps me forget that I'm sweating bullets. Estoy sudando como un loco. Sudando balas, we say. You say como un pollo, like a chicken. Creo que deberíamos adoptar esa expresión. All right. Well, folks, as many of you have figured out, this is the Dream Team and a judge. What do I mean? The Dream Team? You mean like Michael Jordan? The Dream Team? No, not that Dream Team. Everybody and anybody who's ever been on a team calls themselves the Dream Team, right? But there's only one. Barcelona 92. Oh, man. That was an incredible moment in history. Well, the Dream Team in the O.J. Simpson case. I've talked about this case on the show many times. There are several documentaries and docuseries about it. And today in 2017, Orenthal James Simpson, or as they call him, OJ, the Juice. ¿Por qué le llaman the Juice? Well, OJ is orange juice, pero también es un nombre. OJ Simpson, pero después de eso nadie llama a su hijo OJ, right? Well, today in 2017, he was granted parole. What is parole? I believe it's libertad condicional. They let him out of jail on good behavior, and he was released from prison after serving 9 years of a 33-year sentence. But it was not for killing his ex-wife and her buddy. Nope. In fact, some people said that he was selling some sports memorabilia in Las Vegas. And since last time he was in court, he was on trial, many people say he was guilty as hell. Guilty as sin. And he got away scot-free. He got away with it. So a lot of people said this was that, that revenge justice, when they said, okay, you got away last time because they turned it into, what's interesting about this case is nobody talked about the two people who were killed. It was all about the celebrity football player, the American one. He's an actor too. Have you guys seen The Naked Gun? Atrápalo. No. Yeah. Atrápalo como puedas, I think. Agárralo como puedas. The Naked Gun. He plays Nordberg, the guy in the wheelchair who gets injured, the black guy. So he was loved by everybody. Then, his wife's lover or friend end up dead with, stab wounds. Well, but then what happened was this dream team of lawyers that was the names in our spelling bee, they got him off the hook. Yep. They used the sentence with the glove, con el guante. Johnny Cochran was the one who used it. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And to acquit is to find somebody innocent. Acquit. Siempre se me olvida esta. Absolver. Oh, mira. Look at that, folks. All right, I'll tell you what. We've got to go to a quick commercial break, amigos. We'll be right back with tons more Show with No Name. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the second part of today's Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget, you can learn English all day long, all summer long, with your favorite teachers. Just download our free Vaughn Radio app, and you can listen to English next to the pool. You can play, you can splash, you can have a margarita and learn some English. Oh, yeah. That's right, amigos. Learning, laughing, and having some fun. Learning, laughing, and having some fun. We're on the Show with No Name, ladies and gentlemen. And this is part 2. I am sweating bullets. But we came here to do a job. We've got a job to do. That's right. That's learn English, laugh, have some fun, and enjoy these 2 hours together that we are blessed with every day. Bendecido, blessed with every day. Thank you so much, amigos, for joining us. And we're going to start the second part of the show with today's homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the Show with No Name. The Show with No Name. Homophones on the Show with No Name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the Show with No Name. The Show with No Name. The Show with No homophones. Show with No.
That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the Show with No Name. And let's take a look at these words and see if you guys are familiar with them or not. All right, the first word, I know you know, I think everybody knows it, and the word is cocinar. También cocinero. Now, normally we say cocinero like no de un restaurante de lujo. What else? Also, it can mean manipular. Si hablamos de cuentas, manipular, amañar cuentas. All right? So, cocinar. First word. All right. The second word, I love this word. The second word is chiflado, loco. Me. A crazy, eccentric person. Hi, that's me. So, what are those 2 words? Are you familiar with them? The first one, there's no doubt in my mind you're familiar with them. With it, I should say. So, cocinar también es cocinero. And the second one is chiflado. So if you said, ese cocinero está chiflado, would those 2 words sound exactly the same? And also, my amigos, it's time to listen to our Say What soundbite for the second time.
It was my friend, Jerry Garcia. You know, we went back and forth with, because we used to do what we call therapeutic kind of taking like an inner bath, inner shower.
Inner bath, I like that.
And peeling layers of illusions, you know, because humans pick up all kinds of like personas that are not really you.
All right, there you go, amigos. That's the second listen. And since we're doing things a little bit out of order, I'm going to give you the third listen right now as well. All right? So everybody ready? Brace yourself. Prepárate para el impacto. Here's the Say What soundbite for the third time.
It was my friend, Jerry Garcia. You know, we went back and forth with, because we used to do what we call therapeutic kind of taking like an inner bath, inner shower.
An inner bath, I like that.
And peeling layers of illusions, because humans pick up all kinds of like personas that are not really you.
All right, folks, there you go. That's the third listen of your Say What soundbite. I know at least one or two of you are going to figure it out. And speaking of figuring it out, let's go on over to our homophones and see what you guys came up with. Let's take a look here in the chat room. Some of you are saying yes, they sound the same. And others are saying no. So who's right? Are the ones who say yay right? Or the ones who say nay? Or both? We've had that before, right? A perfect example of that is the word ladder, right? Escalera, ladder. But also the ladder, la segunda opción, en inglés americano suena igual. O sea, ladder, escalera, L-A-D-D-E-R, suena igual que ladder, L-A-T-T-E-R. O sea, cambiando las Ds por Ts. ¿Por qué? Porque americanos pronunciamos las Ts como Ds. There you go. 30. I told you 30 times. I didn't say 30. So, could be one of those. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to say both words the way I would normally say them. The first word is cook. Cook. The second word is kook. So that cook is a kook. They are not homophones where I live. They might be homophones. Maybe, I'm thinking in some place like Liverpool, Manchester. Cook, you're looking, is he going to cook? Or maybe in Scotland. I've heard a lot of them pronounce that sound the same. But in the United States, nobody would say that. Why? Well, listen to this. You probably know the word kook from somewhere. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky. The Addams Family. Rakatatan. Ksh, ksh, rakatatan. They're all, right? So they're creepy and they're kooky. So that's the adjective. Kooky, locos, chiflados. So if you take off the Y, it's kook. He's a kook. He's kooky, right? I hope you're all imagining somebody, maybe me. You can use me as your reference. So maybe I've heard people say, he likes to kook. So I'm going to say that you're all right. Just be aware that more than 300 million people don't pronounce those words the same. And think about it. If they were pronounced the same, then cookie and kooky would be the same thing. And a good way to remember this, see if you can say this sentence. The Cookie Monster is really kooky. The Cookie Monster is really kooky. So excellent job, amigos. Let's finish up our spelling bee over here. As I said, these were the 6. Well, actually, there were 7 of them, 7 or 8 of them, and they were called the Dream Team. And their names were Robert Shapiro. These are very big-time lawyers, or were. Some of them have passed away since then. Robert Shapiro, Johnny Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, Alan Dershowitz, Robert Kardashian, yes, their dad. And the 6th one I just gave was the judge, Judge Ito. Judge Ito, he's a Japanese guy, and he became like a national celebrity overnight because he was the judge on the biggest, well, not the biggest case ever, but the most watched case ever. And these judges were able to take a murder, a double murder, and turn it into something about race, sobre raza. It had nothing to do with those poor victims, those people who were killed. It was about saying he's being mistreated because he's black. And you're saying, no, because if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. He had blood on the carpet of his truck. I mean, there's so many different smoking guns. Yes, smoking gun es esas pruebas que necesitas. The smoking gun. It makes sense, doesn't it? And, I think seriously, if you want, there are two. There's a documentary one. I can't remember the names right now. And then there's another one of these, which is with John Travolta, David Schwimmer from Friends, and it's excellent as well. David Schwimmer plays Robert Kardashian, in fact. And my wife didn't know very much about this case, but after this, man, after watching these two, she was totally into it. Le molava. I mean, think about it. It was like, we wanted to grab the popcorn. It was like watching, I don't know, a movie.
Name that movie.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie only on the show with no name. And here's where we learn English from movies. All right, let's take a look at the synopsis I have here for you. It's a comedy about a flighty, bored, kleptomaniac wife of a banker who robs her husband's bank of $60,000. Okay? So it's a comedy. No es comedy. It's comedy about a flighty. Have you heard this word? Now, the word flight, I know you know. What is the word flight? Vuelo, right? But flighty is capricious. ¿Te suena esa? Caprichosa. Capricious. Se pronuncia la C como CH, SH. Capricious, unreliable, que no puedes fiarte. So it says here, caprichoso, veleidoso, inconstante, voluble. I love that one. Flighty. So a comedy about a flighty, bored, aburrida, kleptomaniac wife. And a kleptomaniac is somebody who likes to steal things. They're prone to, están propensos, they're prone to stealing things. So it's a comedy about a flighty, bored, kleptomaniac wife of a banker, mujer de un banquero, who robs her husband's bank of $60,000. So, does it ring a bell to any of you? Let's take a look here and see if anybody got it. We've got a few people in the chat room who have said it. It's Penelope. Now, it's interesting because you say it a little bit different. You say Penelope, and we say Penelope. Suena como una I latina al final. And this is a movie that came out in 1966, so way before I was born. And it starred Natalie Wood, Ian Bannon, and Dick Shawn. I gotta be honest, the only one that I really recognize is Natalie Wood. And she played the role of Penelope. And it says on the cover, the movie cover, it says, she's public entertainment #1. And I've got to be honest, looking at it, it looks like it was like a sexploitation kind of thing. You know what happened after that? Yeah, I wasn't the only one who felt it. Natalie Wood said, I got to get out of this contract. I got to get out of it because she said, listen, I'm not going to do movies like this. I know I'm under contract with you guys, but I refuse. Me niego. And she spent $175,000. Now it would be a lot more adjusted for inflation to get out of her contract with Warner Brothers. And then she fired her staff of agents, managers, and lawyers, hablando de abogados. And she didn't make another film for 3 years. So this is just like Rebel Without a Cause. She was in that movie too. Was, something she was just so into and the whole world loved. And the whole world said, wow, what a talented actress, Natalie Wood. And her life story is interesting. How much wood would Natalie Wood chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? Okay, never mind. Bad. Well, wood suena igual que wood. So how much would Natalie Wood make nowadays? ¿No? Para practicarlo. Lo que me refiero es no se pronuncia la L. So it's not wool, wood. Igual. No good tampoco. Natalie Wood. Sacamos los labios. Wow. That's the one. Natalie Wood. And so, yeah, if she didn't make another film for 3 years, I guess just like back then, first, it was a lot easier to get typecast, it seemed. To get typecast es que te hacen siempre en el mismo papel. And then the system changed because back then, you would be hired by a studio. So Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MGM, they would hire you for 3 years or 10 pictures. En aquel entonces, they called movies pictures. Viene de la palabra moving pictures. And you had to make the movies, whether you liked them or not. So it wasn't a choice of, wow, am I right for this role? Do I think this script is horrible? It didn't matter. You were forced to do it. So many people's careers were, came to an end before time. Why? Because they were forced to do movies that sucked. But, well, they were under contract. So I said, okay, you're going to be in this movie about a reindeer that falls in love with his grandma. And you're like, what? That's ridiculous, absurd. An alien reindeer. And you're like, oh, no, but you under your contract, you have to do it. And I don't know when it happened. Maybe it was like in the 60s. You started to see the end of this studio contract system. And you started seeing actors and their agents playing more of an active role in choosing their roles, right? So, and now there are many actors who have screwed up their career, but it was of their own accord. Like nobody made them do it. There are so many stories of actors who look back on a movie they made and they regret it. Se arrepientan totalmente. Se arrepienten totalmente. But normally nowadays, nobody forced you to do it. You chose to do it. Back then, I feel bad for these people. Now it's like, well, man, you made a bad decision. We all do. We all do. And Natalie Wood, this was, I would say, even traumatic for her. No, traumático, I would say. All right, let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen for you. James P. Elcott says, well, first the stage direction, las indicaciones. His bank has been trying to contact her regarding an inheritance, algo que le han dejado, okay, herencia. Inheritance, vamos a decirlo, el sustantivo inheritance, el verbo to inherit, okay, say it with me, porque esa H hay que pronunciarlo, pero no muy fuerte. It's not inherit, inheritance. So his bank has been trying to contact her regarding an inheritance. And he says, I've written you 9 times in the last 2 months. Te he escrito 9 veces en los últimos 2 meses. Now, let me ask you a question. I've written you or I've written to you? ¿Cuál es correcto? Do you know? Both. Los dos valen. I swear to God. So I'm writing you or I'm writing to you to tell you about los dos. Con o sin el tú. I've written you 9 times in the last 2 months. You're certain you never received any of my letters? Que nunca te han llegado ninguna de mis cartas? And Penelope says, oh, I know what happened. Yo sé qué pasó. You see, I never opened my mail. Nunca abro mi correspondencia. And James says, oh, who does it for you? ¿Quién lo hace por ti? Who does it for you? And Penelope answers, nobody. And James says, well, then what happens to it? ¿Qué ocurre con ello? And Penelope says, well, usually I stick it away in a drawer someplace. A drawer, un cajón. Tengo que tener mucho cuidado con esa palabra, because me sale a veces otra. So I usually stick it away, lo guardo, in a drawer someplace, in algún lugar. And then I always forget it. Siempre me olvido de ello. Or it gets lost. Se pierde. And then James says, don't you lose a lot of friends that way? ¿No pierdes muchos amigos, amistades de esa forma? And Penelope says, oh, no, just the opposite. You see, if you write me a letter and I answer it, then you have to answer mine. Entonces tú tienes que responder al mío. Then I answer your second letter and you have to write me a third in answer to my second. And then I have to write you a third, and then you have to send me a fourth. And pretty soon, we're so busy writing letters to each other that we haven't got time to be friends. Isn't that true? So check it out. I mean, now, the equivalent back then was pen pals. Gente con quien te escribías, they were called your pen pals, tus amigos de boli, right? But now it's the same kind of thing. You chat with your friends every day on WhatsApp, right? But when was the last time you actually like hung out with them? Pasaste un rato con ellos. So a classic flop of a movie, but hey, these kind of movies exist just to teach us what good movies are. But nonetheless, Natalie Wood, one of the most talented and beautiful actresses to ever grace, to ever grace the silver screen. Folks, it's time for today's Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right. And did I say homophones? It's not homophones. I played the wrong jingle, but don't worry. We're not going to do homophones. We already did homophones. It's time for Double Trouble before our commercial break. So yeah, sorry, I got mixed up there. Even though it was the wrong jingle, we're going to do the right section. It's Double Trouble. This is a translation with a twist. It's a translation where you have to use the same word twice. That's right, amigos. Twice. No. Yeah. No. Wait. I'm sorry. Did I say double trouble? Today's is Triple Trouble. Whoa. All right. Well, brace yourselves, que es la palabra de la semana hoy. Okay. No me gusta, o no soporto, mejor. No soporto el tipo en el estrado de los testigos, ¿no? En un juicio. Está intentando destacar. Again, this is not a double trouble. This is a triple trouble, my amigos. No me gusta el tipo en el estrado, o no soporto, no aguanto mejor. El tipo en el estrado de testigos está intentando destacar. Okay? No aguanto, no soporto. El tipo en el estrado. This is an interesting word. You know how I learned this word? I was watching a documentary about a famous Spanish case, Los Alcácer murders, right? You know, those famous murders. And I was like, oh, interesante, no sabe. And you know what? Like I tell you guys, I didn't know the word, but the moment I saw the context, I was like, pues eso tiene que ser eso. That has to be that. It's process of elimination, as we say. Process of elimination. All right, well, amigos, I can't believe it. Time is just flying by, as always. We need to take a quick commercial break right now. But when we come back, we've got so much to cover here on the show with no name. We've got to solve our double trouble. Excuse me, triple trouble. We've got to listen to our Say What soundbite again. We've got some jokes, famous birthdays, name that lyric,
and a little surprise for you as well. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I hope you're ready to rock through the second half of today's show. We'll be right back, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. So much to do, so much fun to be had. And as always, time is just flying by. Don't forget to listen to my amigos all afternoon on Vaughn Radio. You can also stop by our website, grupovaughn.com. If you're looking for materials, vaughntienda.com. You can find out more about Vaughntown, residentials, one-to-one, summer intensives, weekend camps, summer camps, and even back-to-school programs. We've got it all. You can stop by in person or stop by our website, grupovaughn.com and vaughntienda.com. Vaughn Tienda is where you can get all your materials, and Grupo Vaughn is where you can find out about everything in the Vaughn world. And download the free Vaughn Radio app. This way you can learn English, as Shakira says, wherever, whenever we're meant to be together. I'll be here and you'll be there, and that's the deal, my dear. All right, amigos, you ready to take a look at our triple trouble? Let's do it. But before I give you our triple trouble, let me give you the Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time. Please write down what you hear.
It was my friend Jerry Garcia. You know, we went back and forth with, because we used to do what we call therapeutic kind of taking like an inner bath, inner shower,
inner bath. I like that.
And peeling layers of illusions. You know, because humans pick up all kinds of like personas that are not really you.
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Say What soundbite for the fourth time. And now, my amigos, our triple trouble. No aguanto el tipo en el estrado de testigos. Está intentando destacar. All right? Let's start at the beginning. I can't stand. Y fijaos, I can't. La S de stand se une con el can't. Así nunca dices I can't stand, porque eso no es nada en inglés. It's I can't. Entonces, sería I can't stand him, pero como lo decimos juntos, I can't stand him. ¿Ves? If you put it together like that, it'll sound more natural. Okay, part one. So I can't stand the guy, el tipo, on the witness stand. El estrado de testigos. And witness es un testigo. But also, do you know how to say ser testigo de? To witness. I love it when English is easy like that. He witnessed a crime. He was a witness. He was an eyewitness. A veces decimos que lo vio en persona. He was an eyewitness, a bystander, a passerby. He was there in the area when a crime was committed. So we've got two stands. And remember, stand is an irregular verb. It's stand, stood, stood. So I can't stand the guy on the witness stand. Está intentando destacar. He's trying to stand out. Nice job. Excellent job to everybody who is participating today and having fun with us. And you guys know what time it is right now. Time for one of my favorite sections and one of your favorite sections. According to you guys, según vosotros, it's You're Joking.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking.
That's right, amigos. You're joking. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that word stand. I could have made it, man, I could have put in 6 different uses over there. So I can't stand the guy on the witness stand. He's trying to stand out. Está intentando destacar. I wish he would stand up for himself. Ojalá se defendiera a sí mismo. To stand up for himself. And what does the word RIP stand for? RIP stands for rest in peace. O sea que stand no es solo estar de pie, no es solo aguantar, no es solo estrado, but it has got a huge amount of meanings, and I think you should get to know that word. And also, to stand out is usually a good thing. It doesn't have to be. But if we're going to talk about in a good way, it's stand out. Stand out or stick out. But sometimes it can be negative too, right? That's why I always say go for stand out. Why? If you stand out, you are outstanding. No, es algo bueno. But if you stick out, maybe that's not good. You look like different, but in a bad way, right? Like, oh no, everybody's wearing a tuxedo. Todo el mundo va con smoking. And this guy's wearing shorts. He really stands out. But also you can stand out in your English class. O sea, esas tiene dos usos. And the one that if you want to say, destacas, tío, pareces un payaso, así, you stick out like a sore thumb. The expression is you stick out like a sore thumb. All right, folks. Well, order in the court. Order, order, order. Here we go with some jokes. Let's see if you get them as always. Why are lawyers uniquely charming? ¿Por qué los abogados son de una manera singular encantadores? Easy. Because they have their own appeal. No? They have their own appeal? No? All right, well, let's look at the word. To appeal is reclamar, recurrir, una sentencia. She appealed the sentence. The judge appealed, right? But if you appeal to somebody, you're attractive. He really appeals to me, right? He's appealing. Appealing. Somebody who is appealing, right? Tiene un encanto. Piensa en la palabra sex appeal, right? Tiene sex appeal. Morbo, you say. Sex appeal. Pues eso. Un encanto, algo atractivo, appeal. But also to appeal something in court is apelar contra. The murderer appealed his 40-year sentence. There you go, folks. All right, I've got more. what is the similarity between a judge and an English teacher? Ah, toma, mira. So what is the similarity, los similitudes, I believe you say, between a judge, juez, we looked at that word, and an English teacher? Easy. They both deal with long and short sentences. No, they both deal with, tratan con, long and short sentences. No. All right. Well, a sentence, I just said that word before. I used it in my example. And I think that's pretty easy to figure out. Sentencia. The judge commuted his sentence, right? He was sentenced to 30 years. He was given a life sentence. Cadena perpetua is a life sentence, right? So they both deal with long and short sentences. An English teacher, hola. How many times have I told you here, unless we're working on short answers, I don't want you to give me short sentences. You can also say phrases as well, but then the joke wouldn't work. So what's the similarity between a judge and an English teacher? They both deal with long and short sentences. Okay. All right. Never mind. Last one. I promise. And then it's time to move on. The U.S. Supreme Court, I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Yeah, but the U.S. Supreme Court has changed dramatically since Justice Ginsburg passed away, right? Your Honor, we say Your Honor, but another way to say a judge is justice. Es más formal, right? Pero normalmente you address the judge, te refieres al juez with Your Honor. Your Honor. And that's when the judge hits that gavel again and lets you know. What's the word I like to say? It should be I love in real life using these legal terms, right? We call it legalese. Legalese son palabras, es jerga legal, ¿no? De abogados, de legislación, que se dice en inglés legislation. Se escribe igual, pero it's legislation. So, I'm sure many of you know about Ginsburg. She was a very famous female judge in the United States. And not too long ago, but pretty recently, she passed away. And I'm not talking about Allen Ginsburg, the beat poet. I'm talking about Ruth Ginsburg, okay? She was an American lawyer and served on the Supreme Court, and she passed in 2020. So now that we've put that into context, the U.S. Supreme Court has changed dramatically since Justice Ginsburg passed away. Falleció. Yeah. It has become ruthless. No. It's become ruthless. I know if you were paying attention now. What did I just say her first name is? Justice Ginsburg. Her name is Ruth. Her name was Ruth Ginsburg. Very interesting individual. As we were saying, OJ, talking about some interesting people today. So Justice Ginsburg, her name is Ruth Ginsburg. So when she passed away, the Supreme Court became ruthless. Despiadada. All right, fine. We'll move on, but only because we have got so much to do here and we're running out of time. So let's do famous birthdays.
Birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And I can't believe it, folks. We are flying through the show, and I've got a special treat for you in a little bit. But first, let's look at our famous birthdays. First up, this person was born in 1956. He died. No, he didn't. I just killed the guy. I'm like Twitter. I'm killing people left and right. A tutti plen. Left and right. So what does he do? Vamos a mantenerle vivo por ahora. I mean, he's pretty young still. He was born in 1956. Well, he was an English... No, ya le he matado otra vez. See how easy it is to kill somebody? Was. Ya está. Dead. Done. Deceased. All right, so he is... Poor guy. Sorry, buddy. He is an English drummer and member of the punk rock band, the Sex Pistols, mate. He was a member of the Sex Pistols, and they called him Galleta. His last name is Cocinar. Yeah, that's right. His last name is Cocinar. We looked at that word in our homophone section. What else can we tell you about this guy? On February 24th, 2006, the Sex Pistols, the four original members, plus Sid Vicious, who passed away. He really is dead. But Johnny Rotten is still alive. Well, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, mate. And they refused to attend the ceremony. I mean, that's punk rock. You don't go to a ceremony hosted by corporate sponsors and call yourself punk rock. I mean, that's the Offspring. That's why they're not. They make punk music, but they're not punk rock. You know, think about it. Just, they're like, I think they fired their drummer because he refused. Well, he didn't refuse. I think he has a health problem and he didn't protect himself, which I don't know if people are really protected against it, as we can see. But I don't even want to say the word. You know what I'm talking about. Did you hear that story? Yeah, the Offspring fired their drummer, and he has health problems, and he was advised not to get a certain thing that you're not allowed to mention. So that makes it even more suspicious. And, they fired him. And he was like, oh, wow, thanks. Thanks a lot for understanding my health condition. Really punk rock of you guys. Really, really. Either conform or you're out. You call that punk rock? I don't know, man. It's not punk rock. So one thing is being punk rock, and one thing is making punk rock music and being a sellout for corporate companies. And I get it. They want to make a lot of money. I get it. But that's not punk rock. Don't ever call the Offspring punk rock, please. Again, no. Now, these guys, they got arrested. They died young. I mean, Sid Vicious. So, you know what they said when they were asked to attend the ceremony? They called the museum, and I quote, a piss stain, una mancha de orina. Gotta love it. All right. Up next, she was born in 1938. She was an American actress. This time she's really dead, guys. I checked with the coroner, and she passed in 1981. She started out as a child actress. At the tender age of 8, she was in Miracle on 34th Street, that famous Christmas movie. That was in 1947. As a teenager, she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Rebel Without a Cause. That was in 1955. That was with James Dean and Sal Mineo. And I mentioned her name before. Were you paying attention? What else? She was in John Ford's The Searchers. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of John Ford's work. He's the Western director. He did a lot of the classic Westerns. She was also in the musical film West Side Story. She was in Gypsy in 1962. And what can I say? She's probably one of the most iconic actresses ever. Okay. And last but not least, this guy, He's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the sweetest the emotion that I get from you. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. Or maybe, Maria, Maria, you remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, you living a life just like a movie star. And of course, this guy's been making music for decades. A Mexican-American singer-songwriter. He was born in the Jalisco province of Mexico, today in 1947. He learned to play the violin. Sí, me has oído bien. The violin at age 5. He learned to play guitar at age 8, or at 8. No decimos with, con ocho, at 8. He also learned a lot of that from his father, who was a mariachi musician. So he had it in his blood. And let's see if we've got any winners over here. All right, a nice round of applause for everybody who got it. Number 1, Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols. Number 2, Natalie Wood, actress Natalie Wood. And last but not least, played by Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana, his real name, Carlos Humberto Santana Barragan. Wow, I didn't know that. All right, and this brings us to our Say What soundbite. This is Carlos Santana, and he's talking about experimenting with drugs in the 60s and 70s. So he says, it was my friend Jerry Garcia, you know? Jerry Garcia, the lead singer of the Grateful Dead. So known for his drug use and amazing music. So he says, it was my friend Jerry Garcia, you know? We went back and forth. Era de un lado para otro, que no parábamos. Él me daba a mí, yo le daba a él. Because we used to do what you'd call, lo que llamarías, therapeutic. Okay? He's talking about using drugs therapeutically. He says, taking like an inner bath, un baño por dentro, an inner shower, una ducha interior, and peeling layers, quitando las capas of illusions, right? You know, humans pick up all kinds of personas. Personas, una cosa es persona, person, and persona, tu persona, right? And that it's not really you. So he's saying from time to time, we need a cleansing. I don't know if drugs is the way, though. But here's your birthday boy, Carlos Santana.
It was my friend Jerry Garcia. You know, we went back and forth with, because we used to do what we call therapeutic kind of taking like an inner bath, inner shower,
inner bath. I like that.
And peeling layers of illusions. You know, because humans pick up all kinds of like personas that are not really you.
All right, folks, it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name, name that lyric, only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name, it's name that lyric, only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric, only on the show with no name, my amigos. And of course, we are going to take a look at a song that many of you may know. I think it's a really appropriate song for the dog days of summer. It's the Sex Pistols, and it's Holiday in the Sun. So if you want to look up the lyrics, Sex Pistols, Holiday in the Sun. And then, folks, in the fourth part of the show today, I've got a little surprise for you. As I said, we're getting ready. You know, we're preparing for our summer traveling, whether it's going on holiday or coming back. So we've been looking at different things that are holiday themed, also planes, trains, and things like that. So today we're going to look at and learn about sightseeing. That's right. Haciendo turismo. We're going to learn from my first book, English Everywhere. I can't believe it. It's over 15 years old now, and it's still relevant. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Some of you have heard it before. I know some of you have had the book, but I think this is a perfect time to brush up on that vocabulary. And to brush up on es repasar. So we're going to hear that in the fourth part of today's show. But let's go to our commercial break, our next commercial break, with this awesome song. So he starts out by saying, Johnny Rotten, Johnny Podrido, a cheap holiday in other people's misery, a cheap holiday, unas vacaciones baratas en la miseria de otros. It reminds me of the dead Kennedys and Holiday in Cambodia, that they're not really about holidays, you know? And he goes, I don't want a holiday in the sun. No quiero. I'm doing my best punk impression here. I don't want a holiday in the sun. No quiero unas vacaciones al sol. I want to go to New Belsen. Belsen is a concentration camp. We're going to skip that one. I want to see some history. And I love how he rolls his R's. Because now I got a reasonable economy. Because now I've got a reasonable economy. Tengo una economía razonable. Reasonable economy. Now I got a reason. Now I got a reason. Ahora tengo una razón. So I hope you guys are ready to rock out with me. This song is awesome. It's the Sex Pistols, Holiday in the Sun. Come on. Yeah. All right. Woo. I don't want a holiday in the sun. Now I got a reason. English everywhere. All right, that's right. And this is chapter 1, el primer capítulo, chapter 1. And today we are going to do tourism. We're going to make tourism. We're going to go sightseeing. Ahora sí. All right, acordaros que no podemos. Lo primero que te voy a decir en estos audios es que no podemos traducir del español al inglés y viceversa. ¿Por qué? Porque son dos idiomas distintos. So they're different languages and distintos idiomas. ¡Wow! Toma ahí.
Totalmente nativo.
Pillo mis errores aquí. Las pillo de vez en cuando. All right. Well, so what I want to do, lo que quiero hacer, we're going to take a look at some sightseeing. Now, sightseeing literalmente es viendo las cosas de interés cultural. The sights, Y es sightseeing. But we don't say making tourism or doing tourism, porque eso es Spanglish total. All right. Well, I have with me a lovely guest here to help me kick off the book, and we love having her here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mercedes. Hello.
Hello, Alberto.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, good. Now, do you like sightseeing? Are you do you travel a lot?
Yes, more or less.
More or less. All right. And when you go traveling, do you like to, have organized tours and see a city on a bus, or do you like to go kind of a la aventura, as you say, kind of, venturing?
Yes, adventuring is
Okay.
better.
I think so too. I'm a big fan. De hecho, para mí, it's the difference between a tourist and a traveler. Right? A tourist goes to a city and takes pictures of all the monuments. They get on the bus. They have breakfast at the hotel. They don't go off the beaten path. El camino menos viajado.
You don't know the city
You
if
don't
you do
experience
that.
it. Yeah.
No.
I feel like if I go to a city and I don't go on the subway, si no me subo al metro, no conozco la ciudad. Because now you're like, oh, ahora now I'm with the locals. Estás ahí como viendo los animales, animales en su ámbito, ¿no? You're seeing them in their natural habitat, and if you stay at the hotel bar and the hotel restaurant, well, you're getting the light version of the city. Now, what's your favorite city you've been to? Do you have a favorite city?
Yes, of course. I think you know it.
Buenos Aires.
Yes.
Gracias por la invitación.
Bingo.
Thanks for the invitation. I appreciate it. Very nice.
You are invited.
Yeah. Pero me lo dices cuando ya tienes el billete y te queda una semana y dices, vente. Digo, sí, ahora. Como yo puedo dejar todo así de momento. Claro. Yo no vivo así. Yo tengo que planificar. I have to plan ahead. Hacer planes con antelación. And that's a great thing about traveling. Speaking of making plans. La palabra planification, no, eso es totalmente Spanglish, right? We say planning, right? So, and it's important to plan ahead, because if you plan ahead, you can get a good deal, right? Te sale un chollo, te sale una oferta, and you also have time to, research, investigar. Now, when you go to a city, do you like to research it? Como por Wikipedia, por internet, ver las cosas de interés. Porque yo me acuerdo, cuando viajamos de pequeño, o fuiste a la biblioteca, or you went to the library and you researched it, or, a la aventura. Do you like to research a place before you go?
I do it when I'm there.
Once you're there, all right.
Yes.
I like to go with some information, like, okay, el aeropuerto es una parada de tal, el sitio mejor. It's always good. I do it. My friends think I'm annoying. They think, because I'm like, ¿sabías que esto es el sexto economía más tal del mundo? And my friends are like, blah, 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 blah. Pero a mí me gusta saber todas esas tonterías. I like knowing all those little tidbits of information about a city. I like to be informed. I'm an informed traveler. Yes, I am. I like to know how much a beer costs. I like to know the best neighborhoods. And do you use these guidebooks? ¿Usas estos libros de guía?
Sometimes.
Oh, well, you have a new one now, this book.
Yes.
That can help you in
I'm
any
sure.
situation. This book can not only help you when you're traveling, but it can help you in the airport, at the pharmacy.
It's going to be in my bag.
There you go. I like it. That's the correct answer. All right. Well, tourists are funny people too. Aren't tourists funny?
Yes, they are.
You can spot a tourist. Puedes identificar un turista by the socks with the sandals. I love this look. I'm like, really? Who's your designer?
Horrible.
¿Quién es tu diseñador? Really? Seriously, the idea of wearing sandals is so your feet are breathing, respiran. No? Now you're laughing because you're part German. The Germans love wearing socks with sandals, don't they?
Me not.
Who does? ¿Conoces a alguien? Porque te estás riendo.
Well, when I see people on the street,
yeah,
it's horrible.
You're like, seriously? That's a fashion faux pas. All right, vamos, es un muy mal. Totally bad. Don't wear socks with sandals. Don't do it, people. Please, for the love of fashion. All right, let's take a look at some different vocabulary that we'll see on our travels, okay? Vamos a ver la primera. Plano.
Plan. No.
No, plano.
Map.
Okay, a map, or more importantly, a street map. right? Because a map can be cualquiera, puede ser de los Estados Unidos y no se ve ni una calle. Pero si queremos especificar callejeros, es a street map y te dice las avenidas y todo esto, right? A street map. What about prismáticos? Prismatics?
No.
Digo, a ver si
I know how it isn't.
Okay. Binoculars. Binóculas.
Binoculars.
Binoculars. Binoculars. Okay. Museo.
Museum.
Good. La pronunciación muy buena. Museum. Museum. Repitiéndolo ahí en el audio. Museum. Eso. Ok. Estos buses de doble planta que ves en Inglaterra, que ves en Nueva York, ¿cómo se llaman?
Double deckers.
Ya veo que de viaje, bien. De viaje lo tienes controlado. Ok. Double decker. Un taxi, ¿cómo lo decimos?
Cab.
A cab or a taxi. Yeah, a taxi or a cab. Good. Ok. Acera.
You caught me there.
That's my job, to catch you.
I don't know.
Acera, sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Okay, sidewalk. Okay, estatua.
Statue.
Okay, muy bien. La pronunciación chu. Statue. Right, la T y la U es ch. Statue. Yeah, it's a nice statue. Okay. Do you have a favorite statue in Madrid?
Favorite? No.
I like the one. There's a crazy one in Retiro. In fact, it's a very unique statue. It's the fallen angel, el ángel caído.
Yes.
Which is a lot of tourists come to Madrid and they say, I have to see the fallen angel. Because it's like this, bueno, no es igual que la estatua de David, the statue of David, but it's, very unique statue. Statue. Okay, guía turística.
Tourist guide. Tourism.
A tour guide.
Tour guide.
A tour guide. Now, I went to the Vatican. When I was at the Vatican, there was a girl giving free tour guides. And it was incredible. I said, she was giving free tours. I was like, perfect, me apunto. And then after she asked for money. But I gave her money because she deserved it. Se lo mereció. She knew everything. She knew her stuff. Okay, cheques de viaje. Estos son, por ejemplo, no quieres llevar dinero, pero tienes esto que está asegurado. Cada uno tiene un número, pero cuenta como dinero.
Check.
Traveler's check. Yeah, they're called traveler's checks. Okay, traveler's checks. Okay, riñonera. There's another thing that you see a lot of tourists wearing, and it's just horrendous. It's horrible. Sorry, tourists.
I don't know.
Puedes ser turista, pero no tienes que aparentar. You don't have to look
like bag.
Small bag. We say a fanny pack. Fanny es culo. Un pack de culo, porque descansa ahí en el borde de tu culo. So, a fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack, ¿ok? Un abono turístico, porque a veces en ciudades tienen, con esto entras en los museos gratis, tienes un descuento al metro, tal, el otro. You know what they call these?
Tourist card.
We call it a travel pass or a city pass. A travel pass or a city pass. Y videocámara. Many times people like to
camera.
Okay, we have a camera. We can say video camera, but also camcorder. Si no es profesional, si es uno de estos que lleva un turista ahí, we say a camcorder. Camcorder. Now, do you take a lot of photos and video on your trips?
No, it's all in my head.
Oh, really? Entonces no eres un Instagram photographer. No, mucha gente.
I'm not.
Ok, vamos a ver unas frases claves, ¿ok? ¿Hablas español?
Do you speak Spanish?
Good. ¿Dónde está la parada de taxi más cercana?
Where's the nearest taxi stop?
Okay, taxi stand.
Taxi stand.
Taxi stand. Taxi stop. Sí, te entendí. Te digo ahora. A veces hay que improvisar y eso funciona. Para mí, yo te digo sí, ahí. Right? So, taxi stand. Okay. ¿Dónde está la mejor zona para salir?
Where's the best place? No.
Or area or place.
Area
los dos vale.
to go out.
Yeah, where's the best area, the best place to go out? Y cuidado, salir de la oficina y todo eso. Many people, I go out from the office. No, eso es leave. Marcharse, salir es to leave. Y go out es más, pues, social, ¿no? Ok, seguimos. ¿Puedes recomendar un buen restaurante?
Could you recommend us a good restaurant?
Could you recommend a good restaurant? Could you recommend or can you recommend a good restaurant? Ok, y esta quizás nunca se sabe. Estás en un apuro, in a bind. ¿Y qué pasa? Tienes que preguntar dónde está el hospital más cercano.
Where's the nearest hospital?
Okay, good. Y podemos decir nearest y también closest, right? Where is the nearest or where is the closest hospital? Okay, and you hope, esperas que nunca tengas que usar esa, right? Where's the closest hospital, right? Okay, so we said to make tourism, no. To do tourism, tampoco. Okay, pues hay muchas veces en inglés que vosotros usáis un hacer, usáis el verbo hacer y nosotros no usamos hacer. Como te digo, otra vez, los errores comunes vienen de traducir. Ok, vamos a ver si te pillo con alguna de esas. Hacer turismo.
Go sightseeing.
Ok, good. Te quiero hacer una pregunta.
I want to ask you a question.
Good. We don't make questions. We don't do questions. Es redundante, pero preguntamos preguntas en inglés. Ok. Voy a hacer una fiesta en mi casa, en mi Kelly.
I'm going to throw a party
Okay.
at my house.
At my house, at my place, at my crib. I'm going to throw. Nosotros lanzamos una fiesta. Somos muy bestias los americanos, ya sabes. Okay, so I'm going to throw a party, right? No decimos to make a party, ni to do a party. Te estás haciendo mayor.
You're getting old.
Good. Okay, you're getting old or getting older, más mayor. We don't say you're making old or you're doing old. Tampoco. Okay, hacer pellas. To do pays?
No.
No.
To... You caught me.
Okay, hacer pellas is to skip school. Okay, skip es saltar.
School.
Right? Or to play hooky. Okay, to play hooky. But tú no sabes nada de eso, ¿no? You've never skipped school or played hooky.
No.
No, of
I
course,
didn't.
por si está escuchando a tu madre, ¿no? Ay, ay, ay. Ok, y el último. Hacer el ganso. Do the goose? Or
No.
make the goose?
No.
Ninguno.
To...
To goof around. Hacer como Goofy, ¿no? Piensa en Goofy, ¿no? De Mickey Mouse, ¿no? He's goofing around. Stop goofing around. Deja de hacer el ganso. Stop goofing around, Goofy. Right? Si te acuerdas de eso, pues siempre te vas a acordar. Habrá examen después. Are you ready for that?
Yes, I am.
Ya sé que hacer pellas, hacer el ganso, esa te las voy a preguntar. Ok, vamos a ver más traducciones, ¿ok? Tenemos seguro de viaje.
We have a travel assurance.
Insurance.
Insurance.
Okay, we have travel or traveler's insurance. Okay, una póliza es an insurance policy. Okay, una póliza. An insurance policy. Okay, ¿dónde está el mercado de productos locales más cercano?
Where's
¿Quieres productos de la tierra de ahí?
Where's the closest local market?
Okay, we also call it, where's the closest farmer's market? Farmer de alguien, un granero, ¿no? Out in the farm. Entonces, productos locales. Le llaman farmer's market. Ok. A ver, más. Voy a llamar a un taxi, señalando con la mano.
I'm going to catch a cab.
Ok, catch a cab es coger, pero llamar es to hail a cab. H-A-I-L. I'm going to hail a cab. Ok. A ver, ¿dónde puedo alquilar una bicicleta?
Where can I rent a bike?
Good. Y si eres británico, usan otra palabra, como contratar. Where can I hire a bike?
Hire a bike.
Hello, where can I hire a bicycle? Yes, where can I rent a bike? All right. So
it's better rent a bike.
Yeah, por eso tú estás aquí, porque tú eres de los míos. All right, seguimos. ¿Hay una farmacia cerca de aquí?
Is there a pharmacy near?
Yeah, is there a pharmacy near here? Yeah. Is there a pharmacy near here? Ok, ahora quiero mirar porque do sightseeing, make sightseeing, todo esto, pero muchas actividades, empleamos to go más el verbo ing. Right? I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to go hiking, hacer senderismo. I'm going to go surfing. ¿Ves? Entonces, bueno, es to go más to go sightseeing. Vamos a ver. Ok, Charlie va a hacer surf mañana.
Charlie's going surfing tomorrow.
Oh, going to go, porque va a ir. Charlie's going to go surfing tomorrow. Okay. Patricia va a hacer snow el fin de semana que viene.
Patricia is going to go snowboarding next week.
Yeah. Next weekend, right?
Weekend.
Next weekend. Y cuidado porque to do snow es hacer un agujero. Pues claro, nobody does snow. Yeah, it's very cold. Do es hacer. And to make snow, pues trabajas en unas pistas de esquí y they make snow. Eso es hacer, fabricar nieve con las máquinas de nieve. Pero hacer snow es to go snowboarding. Go más la actividad en ING. ¿Ok? Van a hacer kitesurf.
They are going to go kite surfing.
Good, ok. Claudia va a hacer puenting en 2 semanas.
Claudia is going to go puenting. No.
Bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping. When?
En 2 semanas.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. Bungee, la cuerda se llama a bungee cord. Esto es de elástico, entonces de eso viene bungee jumping. Puenting es Spanish total. Ok, más. ¿Vas a hacer karting en tus próximas vacaciones?
Are you going to go karting in your next holidays?
Ok, on your next
On
holiday.
your next holidays?
Ok. Marcos preferiría hacer senderismo.
Marcos prefers to go hiking.
Ok, también podemos decir he would rather. He prefers to or he would rather go hiking.
Okay.
¿Tienes miedo de hacer paracaidismo?
Are you afraid of going?
Are you afraid to go?
Are you afraid to go No.
Skydiving.
Skydiving.
Okay, paracaidismo is skydiving. Have you ever done that?
No.
Would you ever do it?
I don't think so.
I've done it. It's pretty crazy. It's intense. I'll tell you that right
I'm
now.
afraid of heights.
Really?
Yes.
I used to be. Yo antes tenía miedo de las alturas. I had vertigo. I had fear of heights. But I conquered it. Lo conquisté. Yeah, tirándome hice puenting primero. I went bungee jumping and then I went skydiving. Y ahora, pues, no sé lo que me queda. Ahora tendré que buscar algún sitio de donde tirarme, ¿no? Ok, now quiero mirar también otros tres palabras aquí, ok? Loss, loose, and lose. Yeah. Okay, loss. What is a loss?
Una pérdida.
Muy bien. Okay, the company suffered a lot of losses. Okay. Y loose, con 2 os.
I know what's loose change.
Loose, yeah, I know that. Suelto. Okay, so loose. This shirt is very
suelto.
loose. Suelto. Okay. Y lose con una o.
Perder.
Ok, entonces cuidado porque no saben la cantidad de hasta nativos que leo unos tweets o leo algo y que digo, ¿qué? Ha puesto loose en vez de lose. Ok, so repasamos. Loss, L-O-S-S, una pérdida. Loose, W-O-S-E, suelto. Lose, O-S-E, L-O-S-E, es perder. Ok. Y hay otra cosa aquí también que a mí me confunde aquí un poquito. Hay personas que me han dicho, bueno, he oído a alguien decir, I was in a stranger. Estaba dentro de un extranjero. Okay, en vez de en el extranjero. Okay, they said, I was in the stranger. And I was like, eso suena un poco raro.
Un poco.
Un poco, bastante. Okay, so remember, stranger es un desconocido. And a foreigner es una persona de otro país. Right? Foreigner and stranger. Be careful. Because la palabra strange es raro. Entonces, stranger, desconocido, raro. Stranger. Your mother always said, don't talk to strangers. It's okay to talk to foreigners. ¿No?
Yes,
Podemos hablar con extranjeros. Okay? And en el extranjero, ¿cómo lo decimos?
Abroad.
Okay. Estudia en el extranjero.
He studies abroad.
He studies. Él estudia en el extranjero. He studies abroad. He studies abroad. Okay, ¿cómo decimos IVA en inglés? IVA.
I forgot.
Okay, we say value added tax. VAT.
Value added tax.
Value added tax. ¿Ok? También otra expresión muy chula es hacer algo con poco presupuesto. Viajar con poco presupuesto es to travel on a shoestring budget. Un presupuesto de cordón de zapato. Vamos, que usando muy poco, con mochila, backpacking, todo esto, ¿no? So students usually travel on a shoestring budget, ¿no? Porque no tienen dinero para gastarse muchísimo. Dice, ok, pues como el McDonald's, me pido una barra de pan en el supermercado, queso, right? To travel on a shoestring budget. Ok, ¿cómo decimos? Vamos a quemar la ciudad, vamos a salir a tope.
Let's fire.
No. we can say, let's paint the town red. Vamos a pintar el pueblo de rojo. Eso significa vamos a darlo todo, vamos a salir a tope. Okay. O también se puede decir, let's go out on the town. Tonight we're going out on the town. Tonight we're going to paint the town red. Y eso significa vamos a quemar esta ciudad. Pero no, quemarlo en sentido de fiesta, Pyromaniacs, take it easy. Ok, seguimos. ¿Dónde hay un buen bar para ligar?
Where's
Muy importante esta,
a good bar to
hook up.
Hook up.
Right, to hook up or to pull, dicen en Inglaterra. Literalmente tirar. Ven aquí. Right, to hook up or to pull. Ok, ahora tenemos otra cosa. Algo que no deberías dejar de ver si vas a un sitio. Entonces yo te digo, si vas a Nueva York, if you go to New York, the Empire State Building is a must see. Un debe ver. Literalmente. Entonces, yo te digo, so if I go to Buenos Aires, tell me a must see. Algo que tengo que ver sí o sí. Dime, tal, is a must see. Everything.
Everything.
Wow. Okay, so I need 6 months to go to Buenos Aires. Okay.
Yes, you
a
need.
must see. Algo que no puedes dejar de ver. Tienes que ver.
Could you say also it's a must?
It's
only
a
a must.
Yeah, a must es algo que deberías hacer. Y a must see es tienes que verlo. Tienes que verlo sí o sí. Se usa muchísimo con viajes, claro, haciendo turismo, que es el capítulo donde estamos, ¿no? Ok, a ver si sabes esta. Donde fueres, haz lo que vieres.
Where you go, do what you see.
No, we say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Cuando en Roma, haz como los romanos. Pero como se ha usado tanto, we've used this so much. You know, we've used this expression time and time again, 1000 veces, cada sitio. No hace falta la segunda parte ya. When in Rome, right? No hay que decir, do as the Romans. Entonces, Alberto, eso es raro. ¿Cómo vamos a comer esto? Digo, Mercedes, when in Rome, ¿no? Y ni hay que terminarlo. Porque es tan usada, esta expresión es tan usada que no hace falta. Entonces ya veo que tienes mucha munición ahora. You got a lot of new ammunition here. Huh?
I have.
Ok, so donde fueres, haz lo que vieres. When in Rome. Y como te he dicho, entero es when in Rome, do as the Romans. When in Rome, do as the Romans. Ok. ¿Cómo decimos riñonera?
I forgot.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Yeah, fanny pack. ¿Hacer pellas?
Skip school.
Okay, or to play hooky.
Play hooky.
Okay, hacer el ganso.
Goof around.
Yeah, you're not goofing around. No estás haciendo el ganso aquí tú.
No,
you're
I'm
not goofing around. Okay. ¿Mercado de productos locales?
Farmers market.
Muy bien, very good. A ver, otra aquí que me gusta a mí. ¿Hacer paracaidismo?
Skydiving.
Ok. Y ahora querías hacerlo puenting.
Go bungee jumping.
You are a good student because you remember this stuff. And I'm telling, pero lo importante es que te acuerdas de ello mañana, el día siguiente y la próxima vez que estés de viaje, ¿no?
Yes.
All right.
I hope.
Well, Mercedes, you've done a great job. Congratulations and good luck out there on your travels.
Thank you.
Okay.